Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
What's happening, people? Welcome to the General Banter Podcast. I need a bet. I say that every week. I need a better. I'll do the same thing, don't I? What's happening, people? Welcome to General Banter Podcast. And then the date, which is absolutely irrelevant.
Yeah, who cares?
I feel like I'm doing the news. Are you talking into that or what?
No.
My guest today is my wife.
Hi.
Maureen Geddis. You said McGrath, didn't you, on a phone call the other day? And I went,
Yeah,
you're
I know.
not even married or nothing.
Sometimes you forget.
You forget that you're married to me?
No, you just like,
Bliss.
you're automatic, just say your old name.
Wild.
Well,
We have sponsors now, Maureen. Do you want to help me run through them?
sure.
Our first sponsor is, of course, the OG, flowcbdltd.com for all your CBD needs. Everyone should be taking it now. It's pretty much a food supplement. In fact, that's what it's categorized as. And it helps with inflammation, which will just make everything feel warm and cozy for a wee minute. You know what I mean? People are out here expecting miracles. You know, they're like, I've got fucking severe depression. Do I take this? You have a lot of shit to fucking tick off before you get the CBD. But when you're in a sort of self-improvement mode, it just greases the gears.
Yeah, it's all about grease.
It's about, and it feels greasy because it is
'Cause
in
it's
fact
coconut
oil. That one tastes better than any one I've ever tasted.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like soil.
Doesn't taste like soil or you're drinking bong water. It actually just tastes like fucking minty niceness.
Yeah, it's
And then
very
the
nice.
next minute, like 5 minutes later, you're like, Jesus Christ, my back's loose, man. So yeah, we know the guys that started it up. 3 beautiful young girls with beards, and
Beautiful, beautiful people.
they're good. All right, calm down. They're good guys. They got CBD, so you should buy it. The links are in wherever you're watching this. And if you're on the Patreon, there's a code there.
Is it a
Maureen.
discount, is it?
Yeah, you get 10% off.
That's good.
I can't give it out here. You got to be on the Patreon. It's only for sound people. The Dead On Mafia. Merch. Speaking of Dead On Mafia, there will be merch online one of these days if I ever get my fucking act together.
Well, we've done a lot of behind the scenes to get it all sorted, but
Yeah, my sister did a whole lot of behind the scenes. We
a
did.
lot of sorting out.
I've done nothing. I mean, if you were talking to anyone else and they were like, all you got to do is put these photographs online and people will be able to buy your products, they'd be like, sweet, I'll do that in the next 15 minutes.
What do you think stops you? Clicking the pen? Being too distracted?
I don't know what it is. I'm just like, my work's done. You know, I've done it already. Whenever I decide to do it, I can do it. Terrible attitude. It's good. You know what it is? You don't let me out of the house.
That's not true.
Okay. Our second sponsor today, we're moving into the big leagues now. Manscape.com. Just before we were rolling there, Maureen shaved my unibrow.
Look, is that it all stuck to the back of it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Colin. That came off your eyebrow.
Yeah. Manscape.com. This is a male grooming device.
It's got a light on it, which is good.
It's got a light.
That's helpful.
It is helpful because sometimes, no matter what sort of light's coming in the window, there is no light being shed
Where you need it.
in an area like your tent.
And if you're like bending over to get into your bits, how are you
Yeah.
supposed to see? It's a shadow cast.
Yeah. What it really needs is a wing mirror.
It needs a wing mirror, if anything, yeah.
It needs one of those things that you'd use in the fucking 70s to like look under your car to see if there's a bomb.
Yeah, that's all they're
Only
missing.
you're looking behind your dangly testis.
It's a good shaver though, isn't it?
It is a good shaver.
Because the reason I know this is because
I'm
I'd
walking around
say-
here with porcelain
no,
nutsack.
yeah, apart from that, I'd say we have 15 different shavers in our house that you've bought.
Yeah.
Big ones, small ones that do your beard, one that does your chest, one that does everything. I think that's actually the only one that's worked.
Yeah.
To do any sort of hair, I mean, like
Yeah, well, I just...
beard,
I just-
fucking whatever.
I just did my eyebrows there. Not advised.
very,
but
very hard to get good
but it
shavers.
works. You
Even
know,
for girls, like they're not easy things to get.
like
that's
this
a
one.
really
This
good
one has
one.
a plastic blade on the back, so you're supposed to. It's an anti-snag device, so you're not supposed to catch your fucking dick meat in it.
Important.
Is it possible for women to catch a bit of flap meat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just chew it up there like a fucking. Yeah. There's bound to be
Oh,
someone
yeah.
just shaved the bit off. You know what I mean? You're just like, oh Jesus!
Well, be pretty sharp, wouldn't it?
I just scathed my flap.
But it's got a lamp on it, so you don't need that.
True, it's got a lamp
You'll
on
not
it.
miss
It's
it.
anti-snag. It comes with a bunch. If you buy that thing, it comes with a bunch of other stuff. Ball toner. So if you've given the nuts a bit of a fucking abrasive shave, which it is difficult with this device, you hit the ball toner. Tones them
Have
right.
you used it?
I should use it whether if I've shaved them or not,
Probably.
just to tone them up because I'm 34 now
Yeah.
and they're heading south dramatically, aren't they? Who
Put a wee
knows?
towel around your nuts and then
Did
you do a wee hot towel. And then do like a wee Home Alone to them.
Yeah. Yeah, you go like that on the side and they just
And they're like ready to go.
they go up a wee bit. Yeah. I actually call them Macaulay.
Macaulay Culkins.
I call my balls the Wet Bandits. And I do leave toilet roll in the
What do you call their names? The actual names of them?
Joe Pesci.
No, but
And the R-Boy.
he looks like my uncle.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, let me finish this
Sorry,
ad. It's
okay.
got 90 minutes battery life, you know, so you're going to shave your bollocks the full duration of a football match. If you do get your mates round.
Or if you have a large back like Colin's and hair,
Yeah.
it's really fun to like draw a picture in it. Or
Yeah.
a chest hair. If you're trying to draw,
Or-
shave a
yeah.
picture. It's
I was
really
running
fun.
around the other week, said
You've got 90 minutes.
Cantona number 7 on my back. Vintage. What was the other thing I was going to say? Ball deodorant there as well. So, you know, if you don't want your nuts smelling bad, you put that on. Although that one I'm not too fussed on the smell. It smells like
better or worse
it
than
smells like
nuts?
another dude's nuts. Probably better than dirty nuts, but like how often do you get dirty
It just
nuts?
smells clean. What's
yeah,
in it?
Yeah, I can also just clean my nuts, you know what I mean? But
I mean,
anyway, the reason I'm telling you about this is they sponsored the podcast now, guys. So, and obviously the benefit of me talking shit to you guys is that you get money off. If you go on manscape.com,
just gotta moisturize them. It looks nice.
use the code GENBANT1, GENBANT1. You get 20% off.
20%'s good.
And if you shave your pubes, you get 20% on your dick.
True.
You know?
20% off.
That's how we're selling it.
20%
You want
on.
20% off? Buy the manscape.com. It adds 20% to your dong pipe. You know what I mean? Take away that tuft at the root end.
There's no excuse for unsightly pubes anymore.
For who?
For everyone.
What's your excuse?
I don't have an excuse.
Nothing. I'm just having a playful fight.
Oh no, I don't know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, why would you not want to just take it down a notch just to give yourself a bit extra hang?
I mean, I don't need this. Chemo will take it all off for you, so don't worry about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
What about me?
I have zero. I have zero. What?
TMI for the podcast listens.
Well, you asked.
Is that
TMI. You can never say TMI.
what? What does it mean
Too much information.
to my listener? What does it mean? Too much information.
Yeah, you've no place to say that to me.
Yeah, but do you not say that like in between treatments you were really enjoying yourself?
It was great not having to shave your legs or your like underarms. Perfectly smooth.
No, but
like a
then you
baby.
were enjoying the
Regrowth?
rejuvenation. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I really appreciated it again. Actually, I was like actually quite enjoying
run around
hairy
like
legs.
like an Afghani
I don't know. You
trans
just are sort of
weightlifter.
like it's nice to see them again.
Yeah, I was shaving your back.
And
Hello.
grows back everywhere. Eyebrows went mad.
Uh,
But that's what I mean. It's nice to have that juxtaposition.
yes,
Anyway,
that's the variety of life. Shave it down, bush it out. Shave the sides.
but this is too much talking about
Shave
this
the
now.
middle. Listen, manscape.com, 20% off. Use the code GEMBAMP1. Because, you know, the old management there was like, what code do you want for this? Banter? And I went, no.
No.
Put in the code BANTER and then shave the fluff off your pouch all day. Anyway, we'll move on. That's our bills paid. You know, that's our ads for the day. We've got
There we
another
go.
one maybe coming on next week, Loot Crate, which, you know, unless there's some serious fucking nerds on this podcast, they'll not listen to this one. It hasn't been launched yet, but it's basically boxes of shite for nerds is what it is. People, did you look into it now? There'll be literally people be like, oh yeah, sweet man, fucking if Rick and Morty this week, yes.
What is it?
Pogs. Just real
Pogs?
boring shit that no one uses. Yeah, fucking it's
You're really selling this.
Rick and Morty Pogs, yeah.
Actually, this sounds interesting to me now. The more you hate it.
But they're all themed, you know, there's different
Class.
ones. And a lot of them are like computer game based. I don't even know what the fucking games are. Wizard Quest and all this shit, you know?
That's because people are into stuff.
Elf
Not
Wars.
like you.
What?
People are into stuff though. You're not into things like that.
Yeah. What are they into?
Games and stuff.
Incels is what they are. You know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, ball toner. The guy, very different crowds. The guys that are buying Loot Crate couldn't even, you know, reach their dick and balls probably with a Manscaped. But that's the good thing about this podcast, touching all demographics. I'm 34 now, more. Let's talk
You
more
know.
about
How's it feel?
that. I felt 64 this week. I don't know what happened. I had some beers on Saturday and I was just like, oh yeah, I can't do this to my body anymore. It's poison. So old.
You would think. I think people have this idea that you're like a big drinker or that you could really like put it away.
I used to do
You
it.
can.
I've damaged myself now
But-
for sure.
Honestly, you couldn't listen to you after you drink.
It's terrible. I can't.
You get a hangover if you have one beer. So like if
That-
you
yeah.
actually like really put it away, you can't be around you for 2 days.
But I think beer. I think it is beer. Fucks me up really bad.
Because you have a big body, you can take on a lot of
I
liquid.
just feel like I can drink loads, so I'm just like, ugh. Takes ages to process it. My liver probably looks like fucking just shit now.
It's probably fine. You don't drink that often, really.
No, that's true. But yeah, I just don't feel good. And then I started to reverse engineer my life, and I was like, I've been doing a lot of working out there with Tim's workouts for a while. You know, and then I was injured for a while, and then I was working out more, and I was like, I'm no fitter. You know, I'm sore.
You're old.
I'm old. I'm 34 years old now.
Yeah.
But then I was talking to our friend Sean, our man in Vietnam, and he was like, even though he's in South Africa now, but he's always the man in Vietnam, and he was like, sure, you're younger than most of prime UFC fighters. And I went, cheers for, you know, comparing me to some of the toughest motherfuckers on earth. But what happened was it was my birthday, and got some cool stuff, you know, got a gold gorilla. That was cool, wasn't it?
It was cool.
Wasn't expecting that from your sister.
Proper gift, you were saying that.
Proper like, oh yeah, I remember he mentioned that. Here's a gift.
Yes, but
I dread to think how much it cost.
it's heavy.
A solid gold gorilla.
It's class.
Yeah.
It's like about the size of Eddie. It's quite big.
And we got a bed delivered the other day, and the fella was like, oh, look at that. Oh, that's unusual, isn't it? And I went, a golden gorilla in a bedroom, and that's it, kind of. Cause,
you had just a carpet gold gorilla.
There's nothing else in here apart from this golden gorilla. That's unusual. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we've been sleeping.
Yeah. You don't see that in everyone's house? You don't. But anyway, yeah, so there was photos popping up on the memories, and which can be borderline depressing this year when you can't do anything. And this photo popped up, and I sent it to Aaron. It was him sleeping on an EasyJet flight, and I was like, look at us going on tour. And he was like, oh, I'll never take a day's crack for granted ever again. And I was like, so true.
Because you didn't really think about it, did you?
No, because at the time, this is funny, like, you know, we're thinking about doing a new podcast, aren't we? Yeah. And, you know, we've been doing our readings and our spirituality and consciousness reading. You know, we're developing that. We're trying to be better people, you fucking plebs. And, you know, forget what I was going to say, but...
Stream of consciousness.
No, but at the time you were pregnant, and I was going on tour, just like, get it out of the way, go, come back, fucking, you know, be up fucking early in the morning, packed, ready for the... You know, the Uber to take us to the airport, get home as fucking quick as possible because you were gonna have a baby at any time. Now, if you're pregnant again, I'd be like fucking, you know, I might be there tomorrow if you're giving birth tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Drinking Coke Zeros, but like at the time I was so on edge, and I don't know. I just started to like look at the whole year. I was like, oh my god, do you remember that? How I just basically missed out on all the crack there because I was so panicked. You should have been having a lovely time, you know. Baby was born, other stuff, lockdown, boom, nothing, you know.
It's been pretty insane since this time last year for us, really.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The loss and regrowth of pubes is astounding.
I know. It's about the most fun we've had this year, isn't it? Shaving off our pubes.
I know it is just weird because, you know, you're trying to fucking, you want to have different fun types of fun, but you literally can't now.
No.
I haven't been for brunch in a week.
We got a few in when the things were open again there.
Oh,
but
that fucking half price whatever, which probably...
We were there 3 times a week.
What was it called? Eat Out to Help Out?
Yeah.
Oh, ding ding. Wave 2.
Yeah.
Second wave.
Well, probably nothing to do with that. It's more it's definitely more to do with schools, universities going back.
Yeah, probably. You just can't trust drunk people or children.
There wasn't a spike really when restaurants opened. It was soon as people went to uni and school and stuff.
Yeah. Because
they're mingling. You know, there's way more people interacting. It's nothing to do with it, night.
Yeah.
You can be safe in a restaurant, like. But yeah, no, it's a weird year, isn't it? It's hard to compare now. Because it's not, you know what I mean? It's hard for me, especially going through all this shit, because you're trying to like think of the future, but you don't actually know when you can even do anything normal again. Like no one can do anything normal. Never mind
I know,
me.
You feel like if you're gonna get treatment and chemo and all that shit, do it during a lockdown.
Well,
what the fuck else is happening?
Well, it makes it half.
Imagine they
like
open
that.
everything up and you're like, right, the fucking flight's to Santorini or a tenner, and you're like, oh fuck, I have to go to Craigavon. Get that out of the way now, and then when it all frees up, I'll buy an apartment in Dubai.
Okay.
Beside all those fellas who are slaves there.
What?
They're like, they've taken my passport, and I'll be like, why should fucking take mine?
What are you talking about, Colin?
I don't know. I just want to live in the sunshine.
Okay.
What would, if there was no lockdown, what do you think you'd be at right now?
I'd probably still be doing this. We do still have a small baby, like, so.
Yeah, no.
There's only really so much you can do anyway with a baby for the first year.
Are you sure? Because every time we went to go somewhere kind of long haul, you'd be like, who the fuck brings a 8-month-old on a goddamn plane screaming the house down?
Well, it's probably actually easier to take a baby, some people say, than like a toddler who like wants stuff and you have to like, you know, really, like even now, you have to really entertain a 1-year-old. Like, he's nearly 1, so it takes a lot more entertaining than a baby that doesn't move.
Yeah, because
I would go away again if I had a baby, probably.
Then get them when they're fucking like, immobile.
Yeah, after about 7 or 8 months, it'd be hard.
I mean, our baby at the minute can't quite get up and walk, but he could scale a cliff face.
Oh, he can climb.
But you know what cracks me up? He'll climb on things while holding things.
Oh my god!
Like he'll have like, I don't know why his favorite toy at the minute is a fly swatter.
I love that. Which
he'll hit you in the open teeth with.
Yeah.
But he'll just hold it in his hand and then climb up stuff. If he'd learn to do that.
He looks, yeah. We have a fire guard and it's like just a big grid and he has his toes in it and he scales it like a monkey in a cage. And like he can't walk, but he can scale everything. Climbs up beds, turns himself around, climbs, like he's really, really good and safe, but everything. He climbs like doors, grabs door handles and puts his feet up it. Right up to the door handle, opens it. Like he can't walk, he can't even stand. No. But he climbed and opens things
it's
like
the
a monkey.
Grip of a chimp. You can just let him hold like a window, like the handle on a window, and let go of him.
And he's like attached to the window,
like a gecko, just grabbing 2 handles like that.
Yeah, it's incredibly
Which
strong.
is why I take the baby seat out of the car now, and I'm just gonna have him sit on a skateboard.
Yeah.
And hold the back of the car. And just drive about.
That'd be quite fun.
Tire him out, you know.
Yeah. We helmet on, be grand.
Get him real tired. Halloween's coming up. We've got him numerous outfits.
Yeah. Oh, I've got 2.
What have we got him? The bat?
One's a bat.
He's going as a Corona bat.
And then we've also got a pumpkin. Obviously standard.
The internet is going to be ablaze when we put that on.
What?
The photo of him as a Corona bat. People will be like, this is hilarious, haha. And then people are like, you don't understand the fucking level of disaster this is.
I just thought it was cute.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say back to them.
Yeah.
My entire family died of coronavirus. I'd be like, I thought it was cute.
It's cute.
You know, next year it'd be baby Hitler. Then he'd be baby Epstein. I don't know, I'm just thinking of more scandalous things you could dress your baby as. What's the most scandalous thing you could dress your baby as?
That's not a thought that's ever crossed my mind.
Listen, you're not looking for the viral hit like I am. Corona bat's a soft start.
Okay. I didn't get it for Corona bat, I just got it. This is nice.
Yeah.
That was it. Really.
Insensitive, really.
Yeah, do you remember we realised we got engaged at Halloween? Mm-hmm. How many years ago? 2 years ago? No.
Like 3 years
3?
ago?
Yeah,
2017.
3, yeah.
Yeah. And everyone thought we were taking the piss because...
It was Halloween.
Yeah, and we were like, what did we say we were going
to? Something like look what we dressed up as.
Oh, we dressed up as a newly engaged couple. That was funny. You know, you get a big fancy ring and then you just text everyone you know for like 2 hours in a hotel. I only know 3 people. Like, I was done pretty quick.
And one of them was me.
You don't have to tell me. I'm fucking...
Yeah, I know.
Hello? It's going to be weird with Halloween too. You know, like, are people going to... Are you allowed to go out?
No.
Or are people going to be singing down Zoom? Do you know who
sings on Halloween? What
all them fucking weirdos go to your door.
We don't have that around our house.
Well, there's no houses around your house.
And there's no we don't really have trick or treaters.
I used to live in a wee housing estate.
Did you go trick or treating? I didn't live anywhere that you could do that.
I was because like it was always like we kids singing.
Singing?
Yeah, like that fucking.
What?
It was like a thing to like sing. Like they were singing Christmas carols. They were singing that fucking Halloween is coming thing.
What?
And you'd have to sit through like fucking 9 verses of it, like it was a goddamn.
What is Halloween is coming, Colin?
Let me see.
Is it like holidays are coming? The Coca-Cola, but Halloween? Are you making this up?
This is the fucking one. All these assholes would be singing.
See, I don't know anything about this. fun.
Yeah, just let me sit through this ad real quick. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is just someone's goddamn home video. Nice kitchen though. Good to
Nice, yeah.
Good to see that. Just to really get some ideas for our kitchen that we need to do up very soon. Connect.
That's such a 34-year-old thing to say.
No, you see, you're invested in it. You're like shopping around. This isn't sending me pictures. This would be nice. 34-year-old thing to do is like, get it fucking in. Get it in. What the fuck is this?
Colin, is there a song?
The ma would get it though.
What's the song?
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. There's no way this is... Right, hold on a second. Why can't I find... Here's some crazy outlaw. This might be good.
Halloween is coming. Halloween is coming.
I can't find it. I don't know.
Is that the song? No. Colin.
Hold on a second.
What says Christmas is coming?
Hold on. I can't find it. Maybe I've just dreamt this. It's like a bad dream.
Halloween is coming.
But I just remember these wee kids would come around and sing, and it was like fucking like a whole song, and you're like, you know, just take 20 quid and a packet of dime bars and fuck off. Do your head in. So long. Like you prefer if they just went trick or treat, you know?
But did you ever go doing it?
No, because the done thing was like everyone was singing. I was too scundered to be singing.
Oh, were you embarrassed to sing even then?
I was just rapping it out a wee bit. Nah, no way. Because I look like I was 35.
Yeah.
Even then.
I can just imagine you as a small child being like, this is so crap.
Well, it was crap, yeah. It's pretty crap. I'm pretty sure my ma sent me to a fancy dress thing in school, right? Terrible memory. Just like took my normal clothes and made them dirty. And I was like, what am I supposed to be? She goes, just go as a tramp.
Just go as yourself?
I was like, but like, you can't even say tramp now.
No, stop doing that.
You know, you have to go as, you know, a homeless. But you can't go as a homeless person, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Can't go as anyone
But
underprivileged.
imagine just,
You're
know,
a tramp.
Yeah, her being fucking bottle of gin in her the night before and be like, what can I make in 0.3 of a second? Give me your treasures. Rub it and muck and just be like, there you go.
Aww.
Tramp.
You tramp.
And I remember like at school there was a guy with like a wee fucking he had like a wee PA and he's like, okay, now up next circle. And some guy come up as a penguin biscuit.
Oh, wow.
Great outfit. Full like thing all made. Big penguin on the front and all. I think he won. He was a penguin biscuit. People were like Queen of Hearts, all that shit. And I had to just go up and they're like, what are you? And I was like, tramp. Because I didn't even know. I didn't really
You probably didn't even know what that was.
Didn't even know what the fuck she was talking about, but I was like, what am I again? Tramp? And then what have you come as? And I was like, tramp.
Tramp.
Although at our school it was, you know, I think it was pretty much just my school uniform that was dirty. I mean, make a fuck out of effort, know what I mean? That's the sort of shit you got bullied
I remember
for.
in school, I think I won a prize and I dressed up as Eddie Irvine. And a full red boiler suit and had like helmet on, wee like Ferrari car and everything.
That's pretty good.
It was a really good outfit.
Once again,
Champagne bottle, everything.
as much put into that as my mum put into the tramp thing. Because all that's probably available at your house.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
a proper rally helmet and everything.
At hand. You could do it very quickly. Your dad probably just went,
Red boiler suit,
can we
red
put you in an extra large fucking boiler, you know, overalls for a
No,
child?
it was my size one, yeah.
Was it? Wee tiny ones?
Oh, I was properly dressed up.
That's a pretty cool one.
And like had a wee car and everything and like champagne bottle and
Wow.
it was really good.
I mean, that's like
I was quite
when
cool
Eddie
'cause I was
goes
like-
up and he goes to one
Yeah.
and he'd turn up and they'd be like, what have you come as? And he'd be like, a comedian. And he's just got a microphone, that's it.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, don't be silly, they don't have those anymore. People aren't allowed to speak, are they? And he'll go, he'll say something to him telepathically and then leave.
Goes non-binary and it's just like a binary code.
Oh no, yeah, there'll be no binaries by the time he's
But I
not.
mean, it'll probably get to the stage where it's like you're not allowed to dress up as, you know, Princess Jasmine anymore. You're not allowed to dress up as whatever. You're not allowed to, you know, because they're like, well, you can't dress up as Pocahontas. You can't dress up. You know, you see those things now. It's all like appropriation. You're like,
Yeah.
it's a costume. It's a Disney costume.
Well, Disney's
Come on.
very racist anyway.
It's not. It has enough. You know. Well, yeah, but like, you know what I mean. It's
Yeah,
variety.
were you going to say diversity?
Well, do you know what I mean?
But all the diverse ones are baddies.
No, not now.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Princess and the Frog.
Yeah. They're all fucking, I'm stupid. Are they not?
Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Princess and the Frog. What's that about?
It's a story about a girl making a restaurant, actually. It's a good one.
Disney's Kitchen Nightmares.
It's all New Orleans. It's quite fun. Good music in it.
Yeah. I haven't watched any of that shit. It's too late now.
I can tell there wasn't a lot of like Disney magic since you dressed up as a tramp for Halloween, so you don't really watch any
I was
Disney things.
told to do so because obviously my family were like, wait, we forgot about this or don't want to put any effort into it. It would have been more inventive if they had went, you're gonna go as a naked boy. And they just put nothing on me. You're like, well done, you thought of an idea. Traumatizing.
What are you dressing up as this year?
I don't know. I have a Wayne's World hat. So all I really need is a wig. What should I dress up as? Can I borrow that wig?
This one?
Yeah. What should I dress up as? Gillian Maxwell?
Yeah. You look like her.
Yeah. This is how you do it. You get that short wig that she has and a white blouse, and then you have a suitcase with a load of doll legs coming out of the suitcase. That's me sorted, Gillian Maxwell.
Bit creepy when you're just doing it at your own house, like, but
True. Trick or treat myself.
sounds wrong, doesn't it?
It does sound a bit wrong. Another crack now. I don't know. We have so many questions that we could just dive into questions now and let it guide us through, because I'll put up questions, for the podcast, and when it's just me, I'll be like, you're recording a podcast, and people will be like, fucking,
do people still have questions?
Would you rather eat 40,000 fucking duck-sized dicks, or those stupid questions? Would you rather fight a fucking horse-sized dick or a...
I'd love to know if people actually had questions, I feel like everyone in the world is like, send me questions, but like, do people actually have questions?
No, very little. People, if people have just started a podcast, be like, send us questions.
But about what? I don't know why that annoys me. What do you want a question about? There's no.
Do you know what I write every time? Why are you podcasting? That's what I write.
To anyone who puts that up. Why do you have a podcast?
What do you think
That's
of
a good question, though, genuinely.
What do you think of the new Borat movie? That's from Pierce Doherty.
It was great.
Yeah, and everyone's shitting on it because they're all fucking losers. You know what I mean?
No,
I didn't think it was going to be that funny. I hate when things get politicised.
I think people haven't seen real good satire in so long.
Probably. People haven't seen anything that's longer than a TikTok in fucking 10 years.
Yeah, true, exactly. Yeah.
It was great. It was very up to date. They obviously rewrote a load of stuff, chucked it in there.
Right up to date.
Yeah, it shows you how
it's hard to do.
People of my generation and younger are sort of like, what are you talking about, this Me Too? Sure, none of that shit happens. And then you see a guy who's like 60 chatting in America, and she's like, do I look sex attackable? And the guy's like, if your dad wasn't here,
I know, they still got some good lines out of people that you wouldn't expect,
Yeah, well, yeah, sure, fucking your man Giuliani was about to pull the fucking
creepy.
pipe out.
I couldn't even believe I was watching it when I was watching it. I was like, I was like,
I didn't
why
even know
are they in the bedroom? Why is he... what does he think's happening? Like, it confused me.
He was reaching for the dong.
Do you know what I mean? You're going, is he just being like, yeah, we'll just sit in here, no problem. Like, there was no words even, expressed about anything. And it was just like, yeah, I'll just sit on the bed here and she'll take my... I don't know, it's so weird.
Well,
I mean, she was the star of the show, obviously, because, Sacha Baron Cohen can't do that much anymore. People recognize him, which they addressed in it, but she was... So, the balls she had to do that stuff,
Spouse, Judith Giuliani, 2019.
But is he married?
I don't know. Well, it's set up to 2019, but I don't know whether someone died.
But do you know what I mean? Whether, even if nothing happened.
Yeah.
Why, if you were having an interview, if someone was interviewing you.
Because it was going.
And then it was just do you want to go in the bedroom? You'd be like, why? Would you not first instinct if someone, do you want to just come into the bedroom? You'd be like, why? We're sitting here. You'd just be like,
no,
why?
No. The build up was very
No.
I know. Holding his leg, very suggestive.
But that can happen. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to nearly stick up slightly for the way some men can be like, oh, whatever. She was doing this and being whatever. And some men just of that generation are very flirty and very they call people all these cute names and they are a bit touchy-feely, right? But the difference is, if someone goes, "Are you coming into the bedroom to have whatever did she say, like a drink or whatever she said?" You go, "No, that's why would I do it?" You know what I mean? There, you would know there's a weird line cross, unless you thought something was going to happen.
No. I think if you rewatch that, it looks very much like that's where it's headed.
Like he was like,
Yeah.
"I really want this to happen like this."
You can tell if someone's like just a bit like,
I know.
you know, there are people who are a bit like that, you know, very fucking grabby and touchy and fucking, you know what I mean? I get molested frequently in the co-op, but it was very much going that way. I need to watch it again because
I know, I can't
there
even
was something
remember
about
it properly.
whatever she was trying to agenda she was trying to push. It looked like it was going that way, but anyway, he was fucking ready to unpack the meat there. Probably couldn't believe his luck.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Very nice.
Creepy though.
But if I was a well-known, especially that guy who like probably is still wanted by the fucking mafia, wanted dead, I'd be very skeptical of any of that shit. You know, like, oh, come in here. Like, why is there just this one girl with no crew around with all these fucking lights and cameras and everything? Where's everyone? Because you probably find if that was a real interview, you know, you see those like, oh, coming up next on NBC,
there's loads of
NBC,
stuff.
ABC, NBC.
Yeah.
You know, it looked like an interview like, is that your foot?
Yeah.
Like in someone's house. But you know there's fucking 15 crew there.
Loads of cameras.
So I think I would be skeptical of that. But maybe he's just like, listen, any one of these days I'm going to open a cupboard and get shot dead here, so I might as well take a fucking gum job off this
Maybe you
Kazakhstani.
get an age and you just go, whatever opportunity presents itself, I'll take it. Do you know what I mean?
Unless it's just happening. You know, you never know. Do you ever see Casino?
Yeah.
Joe Pesci just getting in the car. He's like talking away to these prostitutes. Like, yeah, very nice now. And then get in the car, boom, the door shuts. Just grabs her head and shoves it down his dick. Maybe that's, you know what I mean? He's a
But
fucking...
it's the age thing, isn't it?
But he's a powerful guy. You know what I mean? He probably gets sucked off by 20-year-olds all the
What
time.
age is that girl in real life? She's not actually 15,
No, she's
obviously.
probably like 25 or something.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so obviously they're trying to let it on as if she's 15, which is, of course,
Well, I don't think
any man would be like...
I don't think that was
this
ever
weird.
mentioned at that point. Like, but
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, she
we're
did
trying
look
to
a lot
justify.
older.
We're trying to justify.
No,
it
but
for
maybe
him.
he was just like, maybe she's actually interested in her.
Well, I think that's the way it was going.
Because she didn't look young necessarily. Well, she looked a bit young, but like way too young for him. But maybe he's used to that. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, like
Even
if he's
process
not
it.
rubbing shoulders with all these fucking cunts for years, the Trumps of the world and all, he's probably, you know, it's probably been a plenty of parties where,
That's
like,
what the women
if,
look like.
If you weren't banging just 20-year-old fucking Russian models forever, you had your stinking wife. You know what I mean? For all those years.
But you're not. That was not always like quotes. You know, in films, they're always referring to like the rich famous man always like updated his wife for a younger model. Like that was just a standard thing. Mm-hmm. Like that's not like now it's like
me,
creepy and whatever.
I'm
It's like,
34 now. I
was always
just keep
like,
getting older.
You know,
The women stay the same age.
the boys stay younger though for you. Who like
The boys. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, no one gets fucking
Colin.
teen dudes
I said
dicks
this
harder
100
than fucking Barry the Blender. You
I've
know what
said
I mean?
this 100 times, Colin. You would hate a younger woman. Imagine you like a 20-year-old
For
girlfriend.
what?
What? You wouldn't be able to listen to a 21-year-old.
Who's listening to her?
Well, not you.
Listen,
They also wouldn't be interested in you physically, but definitely not for chats.
Who wouldn't not be interested in me physically, even as from a sort of curiosity point of view?
And is that your Tinder bio? Who wouldn't not be?
Yeah, as in like, you know, I think I would like to see it. You know, I don't know. We got lost here. What are you trying? You trying to talk me out of cheating on you with a younger woman?
No, I'm just saying you wouldn't actually want to be with a younger woman.
How do you know?
I just know.
What's a younger woman?
I mean, someone who's young, who's like brought up with social media the way it now, the stuff they would talk about, the
Like
things
a
they would
14-year-old? What do you mean
No,
young?
like a 20-year-old. Like a 20-year-old to you is a lot younger than you know?
Well, yeah.
You would have nothing in common with them. Nothing.
But you would only be in it for the banging.
Yeah, but you're not going to marry someone like that, I mean.
Who's getting married? I'll never get married again. Fucking worst decision of my life.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, you fucking correct your mistakes after that. You know what I mean? You're like, who needs marriage? You know?
Okay. Oh, you're more into like the mistress thing? You'd do a mistress, maybe? No?
You know, like a sort of Dan Bilzerian type vibe?
Oh.
Yeah? Where you rent out a fucking swan and bang her. And,
You bang the swan?
I was trying to think of what's the equivalent of having a yacht over here.
Just...
You hire a barge on the lagoon, you know, full of hoes.
Where are you getting these hoes? Are you still theoretically married in this? If you're like some sort of crazy mafia
To
boss?
who?
To me. No?
I don't know.
This is just theoretically?
I don't know. It's all theoretical.
Okay. Can I then just like divorce you for all your money and then... I'm just trying to think of in the movies what people do.
No.
Oh. Can I...
Because it'd be like that movie we watched last night. It'll just sign it away to someone else.
Okay. Who?
One of these 20-year-old hoes.
I don't know where you'd ever meet one. Genuinely, like if you had to go
Tinder.
meet a 20-year-old girl, you couldn't meet one.
Where does the likes of Shane Tog or fucking Nando's? That's where you take kids.
You're trying to like paint Shane Todd as if he's done something weird here.
He's like a wee teen girl.
All right.
Where do you
can't
meet
go
them?
out with Shane. Just you and Shane going out with each other.
Where do you take a 20-year-old? I don't know.
No, where would you meet one? Where would you meet a 20-year-old if you had to meet? You couldn't meet one, God. You can't even think right now.
Filthies?
This is why there's zero
The
threat.
20-year-olds and filthies are like at the fucking retired bit at the back, you know?
Yeah.
They're like, all the adults can't get pulled anymore.
Yeah. And I don't think you know how hard that would be to try and pull a 20-year-old now, Colin. You can't even flirt.
I know how hard
ever.
it was to pull a 20-year-old when it was 20.
I know, that's what I mean. Imagine, I would just find that so funny. Imagine you trying to chat someone up.
You're just doing a fucking psychological to me now.
Well,
You're being like, you fucking, just you remember that you're in no way fucking appealing to anyone. What's wrong with you? Hey, you blind mentalist.
I know, but that's different, Colin. We met at a nice time. We met at a time where it was like perfect.
When I looked worse than I
Probably
do now.
did look worse, I know.
I've seen some photos. Remember, like
Amazing what rose tinted glasses can do. I look back now, I've been like,
that's my drag
steal
name.
you? No, I'm joking.
Well, what fucking glasses did you have on then?
I don't know, very drunk, probably. Very, very drunk. I don't know. You don't like someone just for that, though, do you?
I don't know.
No, I mean, like you would go out with someone or you'd kiss someone because they're good looking. You don't actually stay with someone. You'd have to have something more to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There has to be more than just that. Like
Just a real cool, funny, interesting,
shorn piece.
short piece. Porcelain taint.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just had fun in it. But that's what I mean. I don't know how you would have fun with a 20. You know what I mean? That's where I don't get the age gap thing. When you're with someone you want to be with, like you have good crack. Do you know what I mean? Or you did same things. Like we went to parties and went to stuff and like gigs and did loads of fun shit together and like had zero money at the same time and had I was in uni and you were just starting. Like you had the same kind of stuff. Be very different for you now or an older. Like imagine a much older man going out with a really young person. What? Apart from the physical thing, what else is there? Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
It'd be very weird, wouldn't it?
I think
That's why there's no excuse because you're going. There's nothing else you see in that person but a physical.
true, but I think what a lot of men do too is like they have someone their own age who knows their bullshit and fucking starts nagging them and is really annoying. And then a guy goes, right, I'm just gonna go with a fucking 20-year-old where if you buy her like a fucking McDonald's,
They're
she's
not
like,
going to give a shit. Yeah.
oh my god,
Well,
brilliant.
yeah. And if you want that, it's fine. But it wouldn't be very mentally stimulating, would it?
Nah, but you knock about fucking 50 or 100 of them out before you meet your next wife.
And then you're like 70.
Is what the guys do.
And then she kills you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Question 2. Anyway, keep your claws in me, boy.
Yeah, I know.
Keep
Girls, everyone back
keep
off.
talking me down,
Just remember, he's
you wouldn't
Irish.
be able to fucking sure no one even likes you or whatever. Meanwhile, you're holding my phone up to my face while I'm sleeping to get in my messages. I've seen someone else doing it. You don't do that.
Oh really? I know your. We've always known each other's codes to everything.
Yeah.
And I'm on all of your emails and all your social media. There's nothing you could hide. It's all boring anyway.
I know, but I have my affairs through a shared note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you've just told me about.
Yeah. I have one shared note. It's with Niall, and we were supposed to put in like office equipment we needed. We've never used it, so
Can I be on it?
I just threw all my dick pics in there anyway. Anyway, I'm still a catch. What I say when sometimes they catch a seal when they're trying to catch fish.
Yeah.
That's the sort of catch I am. Only realised after Dave Elliott was on the last week, but Dave sounds like Aaron McCann minus the cult sheet. Cool, that doesn't involve me at all, so moving on. Brent. Any audiobook suggestions? The Art of Not Giving a Fuck you mentioned a clatter of podcasts ago was pretty good. I'm battling my way through Tim Ferriss 4-Hour Workweek, but it's not a 4-hour audiobook, tell you that.
Yeah.
It's about 12
Atomic
hours long.
Habits, that's a good one too.
Atomic Habits. A lot of these books, I find the first third has all the info, and then they just fucking hammer
They're
it
usually
home for
pretty repetitive.
12 hours.
I find audiobooks, a lot of books right now, I have to read them because it depends who's doing the
a good
voice.
way to do it
really,
is
really boring.
is either read it and highlight it or listen to it and write some notes.
What I'm doing right now is reading a book and then I have it on Audible, so I'm in the car, I'll put it on and you actually hear different bits with someone else talking, and then I'll go back again.
There was a good bit in the Tim Ferriss thing. We should all do this as a practice, guys, just to help move our production company along.
Right.
That when he was saying about like people who are sort of like, first of all, he started talking about the whole thing like, you know, happiness and sadness run parallel. That's fine to feel sad and happy. He goes, the opposite of happy is actually bored, and how not to be bored. And when you talk to people, they're like, oh, I'm bored, and you ask them what they want and they never know.
They don't know.
And he's like, a lot of the problem is finding out exactly what it is you kind of want.
Yeah.
On not a timeline, a dream line, he called it.
Oh, that's a nice way to put it.
So, and a lot of them have to be pretty unrealistic to start with. You know, he'd be like, I want to make £1 million by the end of the year. And he has a way of like, he could work it back where like you can actually kind of figure that out. And it's all about like, you know, he's like, you can live a millionaire lifestyle without having you don't need £1 million in your bank to do that. You just need to figure out a certain stream of income that allows you to live a certain way or whatever. It's a pretty cool book.
Which is similar to like the stuff I read as well. But it's all about, it's
Cosmopolitan.
it's not the it's not the thing that makes you feel that way. It's how you are before you get it. You know what I mean? It's like the being that thing before you get it. It's not the £1 million, it's not the job.
When I get this new
You
wife,
have
I'll be
to-
like,
yeah.
already in my head, like, yeah, happy about
See,
this.
like you'll never get a younger wife because already you don't act like someone who could have a younger, sexier wife. So
I don't act like someone that could have
any wife, I know. Are you still dressed up as a Trump?
Internally,
never got out your Trump
internally,
bits on?
yes.
Yeah, I'd say
I'm
so.
still dressed up as a Trump.
Still dressed up as a wee Trump boy. I read a lot of things right now about quantum physics, actually, which is quite fun in terms of your mind, though.
Yeah.
A lot of things by Joe Dispenza.
Sum that up in 3 seconds.
Huh?
Sum that up in 30. That's what our new podcast is going to be. We'll go into a lot more depth about these important things.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the
It is true.
subatomic level, the observer effect. It's very interesting.
all. It is crazy, especially that guy Bruce Lipton as well, talking about like cells and like genetics and genes and all. He goes, they don't do anything till they're like put in a certain
So
state.
the environment affects genes,
Yeah.
and which affects your DNA. Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting for me as someone having to deal with a disease, which is crazy. But it's
Don't
even
call
more.
me the disease.
I know, but it's interesting because it does open up a lot to your brain to go. Not that I'm blaming myself for it, but there's a lot to do with, how your mind affects your physical body. It's very interesting, and it's not just to do with negativity. It's not to do with depression. It's to do with literal subatomic levels, epigenetics, all that stuff. It's very, very interesting, and I don't know why people don't know this. I don't know why I've never known this before. How much, why is a happy person never sick? Why is someone in chronic stress usually the person to get sick more? There is science to back that up, like. So I find it very interesting.
Super interesting.
I can't stop reading about it. Your brain blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I'm on steroids right now, so my brain don't stop working. So it's like,
We need to get you some tasks to do.
I know.
Get that printer working. I don't know how it fucking works.
I know, yeah. But anyway,
By the way,
we
if
did say we would talk about this
yeah,
one day, didn't we? A lot of people, only because a lot of people ask us about this. You
Yeah.
probably don't even put up as much messages as people like,
No,
what
people
about
say
this? Or like, can you talk about this? Or have you ever heard this? Or people ask you like, would you write a book? People have said like, do you have any advice for this? And sometimes it probably feels a bit heavy maybe for this podcast of
Dicks
dick
and
shorning,
Trumps.
which is still fun, but like, I suppose it's just like, we were just like thinking, do we have another one that like you can
No, we'll do another one.
have a
If anyone has any, if anyone's on
chat.
the Patreon, I'll put up a post, and you want to put any
if you
suggestions in for a
want
name.
that, yeah.
It's gonna be like a sort of, we're all on this journey together, trying to improve ourselves mentally.
Yeah.
Not a mental health one,
Not a
because they're all
mental
boring
health
as
one.
fuck, and everyone's like, it's all right not to be. It's okay not to be okay. Fuck off.
Do you know what?
Fucking eat my ass.
Our new phrase is it's not okay to be okay or to not be okay. It's not okay to not be okay.
It's not okay to be okay.
No,
See you
it's
next
not
week.
okay.
That's like the fucking
No,
light
but people
box up
say
there.
it's not.
Do you remember
It's
it said,
okay.
it said, don't worry, be happy, and some letters slid off, and it just
Yeah.
says, don't be happy.
Don't be happy. It's that one. Yeah.
What's the name of the podcast then? It's okay to not be okay. What's it called?
It's not okay to not be okay. No, that you can't call it that. That's way too confusing.
Not okay to be okay.
No.
Wow, wait. Yeah, we're going to start a new podcast. We'll put up a nice picture and people can suggest
By the way,
names.
lighthearted. We don't want this to be
Yeah,
like.
we don't want to get too deep.
It's not
I
about
want
that.
you to come up with some, you read some stuff and go, isn't this interesting about blah, blah, and epigenetics? And I go, yeah. But dicks.
And then you'll go off on 6 tangents about something else.
6 tangents.
That's the way to learn.
That's the name
guys.
of it. So
I don't know. I don't know what we'll talk about, but we said we'll do something different.
Oh, did you? South Korea has an erotic theme park. Oh, why? Let me look this up. I can't believe I can't find that Halloween song. I feel like I'm in the Matrix and I broke my brain.
I can't believe you know any song. And of course it doesn't exist.
Hmm? South Korean erotic theme park.
In my head, this is either going to be rides that look like some sort of weird genitals or people are all naked going on rides. I don't get it.
What a weird noise you just made.
Sorry, I don't know.
Yo, make a mistake.
Drinking water.
Erotic theme park. Let me see.
Guys, we're back at it again. Another sex museum here in Korea.
Another one? Is there loads?
Must be. Yes. Oh, that's cool as fuck. That's cool. Look at that. Finger in a fanny. Someone fucking someone in a glory hole.
I mean,
Come
if
out
these
to
are real
Pesci Love
sculptures,
Land.
that's
General
impressive.
admission is going to be a little bit pricey. Admission is going to run you a 12.
It looks a bit fancier than the one in Amsterdam.
$11.50. All right, so to give you guys a quick backstory about the history of Jeju Loveland,
Jeju?
sexual themed sculptures like the one behind me. And
It looks like a lot of people are just falling over.
Yeah. Is there a log flume or what?
Decorations around this whole entire
This isn't a theme park. This is just fucking statues of fucking.
colonial George Washington making love to his fair maiden. Oh, private areas. This one's called Yoga Instructor.
This is the worst theme park of all time.
It's not a theme park. It's just a load of statues of people.
I mean, this just looks like an art gallery of some sort. Look at that, Maureen. Would you try that? The old standing 69.
That looks so dangerous.
I'm very strong though. I had to laugh at Dave Elliott saying, what did he say, the reverse 69 or something? He goes where his wife lies one way in the bed, facing the other way, and he puts his back against hers, the other way in the bed, facing the way. It's funny. I can't.
Just sleeping opposite ways.
I'm butchering that,
A
like,
lot
but
of ideas.
bro. Anyway, that was the biggest letdown. And there he is, just eating a fucking
Now,
cock-shaped.
stop at the store that sells ice
I mean, I
cream
like anywhere that
and
has
other-
statues, but like Loveland. It's cute.
That was kind of boring. Not a theme park. You were expecting the guy to be on a log flume shaped like a cock.
I know.
Yeesh.
That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
You know, throwing dildos at a fucking.
The water's all white and everything.
Yeah, like semen. Is that what you mean?
No.
That a pig. Guys throwing dildos at a fucking thing. What
Yeah.
other theme park type shit is there? The Dodgems?
What would it be?
Nobs? I don't know. The Waltzers? Them fell. That's a more of an erotic theme park. That last video we played, do you remember?
Yeah, that is.
On waltzers, fanny, pussy, money, weed. Pussy, money, weed, codeine. That's a Lil Wayne line. Anyway, these questions. Do you think Trump will win the election? I'm hoping he does, purely for another 4 years crack from Mark. I mean,
probably will.
He probably fucking will. I don't know what it's looking like at the minute, but probably.
It's 2020. It's no rules.
You
No
could-
normal rules apply
I
anymore.
mean, it's just the fact that Biden is literally demented. The guy's 1,000 years old.
it's not a great system, so you're not going to get a great outcome.
True, but like, where's Obama? Get him back. At least he just fucking murdered people in the background quietly. And it was lovely and brown. What about Trump dancing? I still can't get over that.
I didn't see that.
Dick gets soft every time. Who's the best chef between you two? Any more keep cups coming back in stock? Yeah, I might get more black ones. Who's the better
More-
chef?
Between us 2? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's obviously you.
Obviously me.
I did make you food on your birthday for a surprise. Special.
A surprise.
It wasn't a surprise.
Yeah, it was nice. Crispy eggs. I made
Well,
a
definitely you. Obviously, you're the cook.
I made a vegetarian lasagna yesterday. I mean, it was decent for what it was working
I
with.
forced you to do it. I was like, please make a big veggie one. And then you did. You're like, this is actually lovely.
Yeah, I was like, this is my worst fucking birthday of my life. Sitting here making a goddamn vegetable lasagna. It was actually alright.
It was lovely.
I mean, it was polishing turds, like, but I did well in the end. I did as well as you could possibly do.
No, but you do enjoy cooking.
I do.
You complain about it sometimes. You'll be like, oh, I have to go home and cook. And you're like, no, you don't. I'll cook. And then you'll go, but no, let me cook. I really want to. So you don't actually let me most of the time because you quite enjoy it. It's quite therapeutic to you. To me, it's more of just like, get it done. I enjoy cooking for Eddie, like, but
Oh yeah, you'll all of a sudden have 3 Michelin stars when you're feeding the baby.
yeah.
And like, what the fuck is
But
this?
you
And
really
you're like,
pay
"That's-"
attention to what you feed your baby. It's funny, and you don't do it to yourself.
Yeah.
You'll eat any old trash, and then you give your baby, you're like, no salt, no sugar. It has to be this amount of veg, carbs, fats. Make sure he has the right amount
Yeah.
of everything in each meal. And you're like, you never do that to yourself. You'll just eat any old, like,
Yeah.
fucking thing. Well, we eat fairly well, but like, you don't think about it unless you're like maybe someone who trains all the time thinking about it. But with a baby,
Yeah.
you really think about everything he's eating. You don't give him anything bad.
But he's over there getting these perfect, like a little frittata.
Yeah.
Some fresh peas and fucking all sorts of
He
shit.
eats
going
loads
on.
of like fruit and veg
French toast.
and everything. He eats way more veg than we do.
Have you seen the Borat movie? Yes. I think Maureen would be great on a Christina Wojcicki style Dr. Drew After Dark podcast, kind of like an Embarrassing Bodies meets Cool Goes Quiet. Yes, well, that's what we're talking about,
That's
Joanne.
actually exactly what we're
Thanks,
talking about.
Joanne.
There you go. Someone likes
But
it.
I will be there just to fucking lower the tone.
Yeah.
Lower the tone?
Is that what it's going to be called? We're trying to think of a name. We've thought of a few names, but you're writing it down. I like it.
Lower the tone?
Oh.
That is cool.
That could work.
That's quite cool because it's like,
Hey guys, vote on that.
vote on that and none of the other options because there isn't any.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Joe Rogan Kanye podcast? My last 3 brain cells are still melted after watching it.
I
Let me
could
tell-
only listen to about
Nah,
I think
I turned it
20
off.
minutes of it.
I
and
turned
it's
it off.
so I think go 10 minutes in, he went, I'm running for president, I'm starting a university, I'm starting a church, and you're like, what?
He sounds like me. He's a real good
Just-
ideas guy, but nothing ever happens.
Do you know like one of those people you would have met in like school or uni and they just keep talking about how great they are at all these ideas and all, and you're sort of going, but what are you actually saying? Do you know that sort of way? You're saying a lot of things,
Well, yeah,
but
it's
what
like,
are you actually saying right now?
Yeah, it's like a lot
I
of
don't even think you know what
like
you want.
salesman chat.
It's
You're
just-
like, what?
It's absolute just. Now maybe it's like he's probably a very free kind of guy. It does seem like just a complete stream of consciousness. Like everything just comes in his brain. He just puts it right out and tells you about it. But it's so much that you're going, do you ever feel like you don't know what his actual personality would be? Do you know that sort of way?
Yeah, the
He
guy's
just
nuts,
is
like.
thoughts and thoughts and thoughts and thoughts, and there's no personality to that. You don't get a sense that he's like funny or warm or charming or you could engaging even. He doesn't even engage with Joe Rogan when he's there, and that's one thing I hate about stuff like that, where he is just all go, and
a
it's
bad
talking
scenario.
and talking, and he really loves talking about his ideas, and that's all he talks about. So where does he engage with anyone else? It's a really strange
No one's stopping him though.
guy
Like
to listen to.
early in his career, like he was trying to rap and people were like, nah, he's just a producer. He's like, he would have been a fucking multi-millionaire before you knew ever heard a song from him, from like making beats and stuff. But he obviously had a chip on his shoulder about that because no one let him rap, and then he was like, I fucking told you. And I think he's just been in that like I fucking told you so mode for a long time. Like, I want to do this. You're not making trainers wise up. I made a fucking another like the original Yeezy, that 350 or whatever, is like a fucking
Iconic
a
sort of thing,
Converse, a shoe, and he's
Yeah.
just in such that mode and gets surrounded by a yes man, has enough money to facilitate all these ideas, and it just goes on and on and on uninterrupted. Like there's no like real life. But I was talking to Aaron and he goes, here's a video like of all the times that Joe Rogan shit all over him and had him on the podcast then, and then was like, man, you're a fucking genius. And I was like, yeah, but you might have just you know, he might have just been shitting on him whenever he was saying like ridiculous stuff, like when he was at the White House with fucking Trump giving it all that with the MAGA hat and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe he was slagging him for silly stuff, and he goes, Aaron was like, yeah, but fucking, you know, you can't really like say that sort of stuff and then completely go back on it when he's sitting right in front of you. And I was like, and it sounded like I was being rude to Aaron, but it was like, you know what it is? I actually just don't care about either of that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't care what he has to say. So he does sound crazy. And he goes, oh yeah, well, I was just making a conversation, you know? And I was like, no, I was like, I didn't mean like, I don't care about this conversation. I just mean like, it was always going to be nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, Rogan's talks a pile of shit too.
Yeah.
You'd never listen to Rogan if he did a solo podcast.
I know, we talk about that a lot. Like, you could never imagine him doing that. Like, what ramblings would Joe Rogan have if he was just talking to himself?
Well, you see how fucking off the rails mine's gone.
I know, exactly.
You know?
You can go off on all sorts of tangents. Like.
Yeah, and
but weirdly, like, Joe Rogan's a comedian, and he's not. I wouldn't find him that funny if he was just talking to himself.
That's loads of comedians, like, you know what I mean?
But do you know what I mean?
I imagine it would get real fucking heady and like just a lot of fucking elk meat, shit like that.
Which Kanye West is a weird character.
I was trying to make myself
It's interesting, but
just make some fucking tunes, man. And he's like, who's to say that the production on Watch the Throne was stronger than that other gospel album? I was like, hey, it fucking absolutely is. By a long shot. Oh, big car outside. What's that? God damn. Glenn Kinning. Halfords are 4 to 6 weeks on bike repairs. Customers are coming to mine, aren't happy that I can't drop what I'm doing and fix their bike on the spot, and don't want some parts fitted that are coming from quote unquote China.
Really? People weird about stuff coming from China?
And people coming into a second lockdown now and they're like, yeah, I'm a professional downhill mountain biker now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of businesses that like have taken off because people are starting to actually do things now.
But that's a good point. Like, I'm one of them where like I'll go to buy something and I'll be like, so I'll stick in the boot now, and they'll be like, oh no, this has to be ordered, and I'll be like, what the fuck sort of? What are you even paying fucking rent this place for? You fucking useless god. Completely lose my mind.
Yeah.
Because people are just used to going
Amazon Prime.
Click and it's there. You know, there are places in America where it's like you click it and it's there the same day. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
If you buy it before 12, it's there before 5 or something. You know. But yeah, people just have no fucking patience at all. Like, also everything comes from fucking China.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I ordered something. What did I order? A watch, probably. It was coming from somewhere, and I was like, I'm saving big bucks on this. And then the DHL note arrived, and it was like, you owe £60 tax. Didn't save any money. Manscape products look awesome, but have you tried prickly endeavours from past Have you had any prickly I said, have you tried prickly endeavours? Welcome to Prickly Endeavours.
Great name.
Have you had any prickly endeavours from past experience that you've left you a tad uncomfortable? Oh yeah, I've definitely fucking severed my bag on many occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know when it stops the blades, you're in trouble. It's like,
the battery runs out halfway through.
yeah, I've done that. Remember,
You've done that with your face so many times.
on a Valentine's Day date. Do you remember the one time I was like,
I
let's
know.
go for a lovely meal, and then I was like fucking sitting there with half a Hitler moustache, trying to eat my fucking tapenade. Do you remember that? Do you remember those days? Oh. Yeah, I've definitely nicked my dick a few times. I got a bit carried. I mean, I'd rather do this on my head or my face than my pubes, where the guard slipped on it and I just shaved the baldy spot on it, and then I had to shave it all off and look like I had a fucking raw uncooked chicken between my legs.
Yeah.
With a big cock on it. That's all I could picture now. Just a fucking, you know,
It's a
your
lot of mess down
your
there.
Marks and Spencers, and it's just like a covered in plastic chicken with just a big hairy cock in it. It's like that Louis C.K. joke. He's like, I have a big dick, but not a nice big dick, like an animal's dick. Are they your feet?
Yes.
Would you ever move it? I've kicked it.
It's just right where you put your normal feet. Where are you putting
That's your left foot. Put it on your left side.
What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ! Come into my office, put your feet wherever you want. No joking. Have you ever watched The League?
Yeah. Years ago.
It seems right up your street. If you haven't, look up Taco's birthday song.
I can't. Do you know when you watch something so many long? I mean, Rafi in it, it's hilarious, but
Yeah,
it's good. It is good.
yeah. Why not?
I can't remember when I watched that, but it's one of those ones. I think I maybe watched it when I was pregnant, maybe actually. Very easy to watch in that sort of way. You just watch it and watch it and watch it. It is funny.
Class.
There's too many things out now though. So like, if you haven't watched something like that, there's too many other things. So it's like, I don't think you'll ever listen to it now.
No, it's too far gone. If you don't watch it in the middle of the sort of hype that it has, I'm not seeing
Gone
it.
now, I know.
What's this? Where's that playing through? Oh, Jesus wept on a bike. Continue. Oh, fucking.
You fuck off, all you fuck off. You get lives, everybody dies, you know that? Every fucking body dies. If it's the corona or not, everybody dies. Everybody dies, that's the only thing that's real.
From Belfast to Edinburgh. What?
You get lives, everybody dies, you know that? Every fucking body dies. If it's the corona or not, everybody dies. Everybody dies, that's the only thing that's real.
Jesus Christ. So
Everybody die.
So she's kicked off a flight for not having a mask
Probably
on.
not having a mask, and then she's
That's
like,
Belfast Edinburgh.
trying to cough over everyone.
What a dick. Why would you do that?
People are fucking insane.
People are mad. Like, just get on with it.
I would be so embarrassed to do that. Embarrassment would hold me back from going crazy on a plane.
Like, I know everyone, you know, there's some people who are a bit like, you know, you have to conform and all these rules and all, and like, why should I wear a mask and whatever? But you're like, get over it.
Yeah. The mask.
Get over it.
The mask bit, I'll do.
If you're so annoyed about a mask, you're clearly a lot more annoyed about a lot of other boring shit. You know what I mean? It's just wear it. I mean,
It's
if it helps even a bit.
There are countries pre-fucking pandemic that just choose to wear a mask because it's fucking dirty to be out in public.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just do it.
on a fucking mask with it. Anyway, it's airports do that to you. You know, you get to an airport, you'd be freaking out, just shouting at people.
But like, even if whatever your views on wearing masks of the pandemic is, like, you sort of going, just do it to get along.
Yeah.
Make life easy for yourself, no? How was that more helpful than just wearing a mask? For her to shout at everyone,
I
get
think
kicked off a
she has
flight?
a lot of problems.
But that's what I mean. Like, the mask isn't the problem, is it?
No, she's a mental bastard. What's it like to have the level of fame you have in NI? You have some people who could have listened to 200 plus podcasts and know a lot more about you than you'd think, and others in NI don't have a clue who you are. And does it ever seem strange when a stranger knows a lot more about you than intended?
What? Huh? So you're more famous than you think you are? Yeah, a lot of people know who you are.
Famous, like, I mean, if anybody knows who you are, this is gonna sound retarded. They only know who you are because they know who you are. If you don't know who someone is,
They're not famous.
yeah, that's how fucking.
That's how made up it is.
That's how made up fame is.
But it's so strange because when people, if you watch something regularly and then you see the person in real life, there is something exciting about that. We've all done it. It is exciting to see someone you follow or watch or whatever. If you see them in real life, you're like, oh my God, there's that person. And it's still weird to me even now, not that you can go anywhere now, but people will still like look around at you and you're like, oh yeah. That's so weird that like a stranger knows who you are.
Yeah, young 20-year-old girls.
Never. Well, sometimes, but
Some of them. It is amazing that
I totally forget. Like, you, and anyone who like knows you, they think it's weird, and then they forget as well instantly. The more time they spend with you, and then we'll go somewhere, and they'll be like, "Why is everyone staring?" You're like, "Oh yeah, people know. People have seen Colin and things," and it blows everyone's mind again. It's really weird.
You know,
But you do totally forget
the
that
mask,
someone would ever recognize
unfortunately,
you.
like being a known comedian, to get an audience to your gig, people have to know who you are.
Yeah, and if they know what you look
Which
like,
is great.
and they know how
You know
to,
what I mean?
Yeah,
But
you'd never be annoyed at it.
I'm not like. It's a side effect of wanting to do comedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're never like, oh, I gotta get more famous.
Well, you don't. Yeah, the famous part doesn't do anything for anyone though. You can be famous for a bad thing, you know. You can be famous because people think you're annoying.
It doesn't mean
Famous
it doesn't mean
anything.
anything nowadays. Like,
Not really.
do you know what I
Everyone's
mean? You can
famous now.
fucking skateboard and drink cranberry juice.
There's
and you're
there's
more
people local.
fucking recognizable.
There's people like live a mile down the road to us, probably have 3 times the amount of followers that you are. There's makeup artists that, you know, flipping 20,000 followers and sell products online. It's it's so weird now.
Yeah, you just need...
You don't even actually have to do a skill. You could just be someone on Instagram now who talks.
Yeah, you just need to be
And
known.
people know who you are now.
Known by the people who know you.
It's really weird, isn't it?
And it's like, that influencer thing is so fucking... Like, you fall for it big time. You buy shit all the time just because some girl fucking held it.
Not really.
Oh, you do.
Like what?
A load of bullshit.
Like what? You can't name one thing.
There's fucking muesli in the cupboard because you're like, oh, fucking such and such vegan woman said that this makes your shit gold.
There's a woman called Gut Health Doctor. Okay, that's not the same. I thought you were going to talk about something like as if it's like something really stupid, like a makeup brush. Like, no, this is an actual like...
Yeah, you buy a lot of shit.
I feel like buying granola is fine.
What, to buy it and leave it in the cupboard for 9 years?
What are you... This is so weird, the things you get annoyed at.
Gut health.
What are you talking about?
Just eat a fucking...
Colin, you buy everything you see on the internet.
Yeah.
Every time you see a new watch, you're like, I need to get that.
Yeah.
Me buying food is like a totally different thing.
Yeah, but loads of people are into watches. People buying watches whether they see ads or not.
Colin.
You're just this woman sitting there going...
I bought one product.
Everybody dies.
That's true. So annoying.
Would you like to get... Level of fame you haven't in it. Gross. You should get Johnny Ray on the podcast. Okay. This is the thing. I don't want this to turn into like a fucking interview podcast. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you'd never.
I
really
could
want
barely
to
scrape through an interview with an MMA fighter. You know?
But you're quite. I think you're
what
quite
am I saying,
good.
Johnny Ray?
I think you're not bad at an interviewer.
Bikes, is it, bro? You know what I'm saying is not that he's not interesting. I don't know anything about it. Get someone who's more into that to interview him. You get more fucking information out of him.
Plus, you like to talk about yourself more than other people, so that's why you don't have guests.
Oh my god.
What?
I just remembered that clip I seen yesterday.
Is it the wrestling ring? No.
I was about to say, like, I don't like even talking to people. I just like watching videos and laughing. This video, did I send you the video now of the wrestler? I fucking... You ran in the kitchen, you're like, oh, what did he do? As in, what did the baby do? And I was fucking tears rolling down my face. Like, I'm gonna say it's a bit gross, right? Because the guy breaks both his legs. I can't even think about it, but it's This is the most I've seen you laughing in months. It's so fucking stupid, right? The guy gets up, like it's just in a garden. And they've set... It's not even the fact that he breaks both his legs backwards. It's the fact that it's such a low-key scenario. You know what I mean? Like, they've built a little wrestling ring. What can you see? Just watch it, right? It's so calm, and the guy's like pretending to do his wee wrestling moves, and then he jumps off a thing that's about 2 foot high and breaks both his legs backwards. For absolutely nothing, like just in the garden. Yeah, me and wrestling bros. Crippled forever. But why is it so funny that just like how low key it is? Like he's just, yeah, hands in the air. I'm wrestling, jumps down. You just can't get over this. Like he'd not walk for about another fucking 18 months.
For like no reason.
Just pretend to be funny.
For a feet record.
Oh, it's such a fucking... Like it's literally, how high is it? It's about 2 feet, and then he just jumps, and both his fucking legs go like an ostrich's legs, like backwards. What a stupid cunt! Like, oh, there was no point in that, and he's just crippled for life now. Also, the way they bent back, it would suggest to me he either has 2 wooden legs or his knees weren't doing too good anyway. It's so fucking stupid. We're gonna have to cut and come back. No. Why'd he do it though? Because they're obviously had fucking dust for knees anyway. And he's like, let me jump backwards off this thing. And they fully fucking... You'd have to jump off a fucking like 10-story building for your knees to do that. And he just jumps up. It's about that height.
I still haven't seen it and I don't want to. Because it'll never live up to your...
Watch.
I really don't want to.
Just why, like...
Oh my god!
Nobody helps him. You know, the guy in the corner, like...
No, I can't.
That'll be Mickey on his rollerblades someday. But how pathetic.
That's
how
horrendous.
pathetic. It's how minor the move was.
Yeah, how can he not jump from that height?
How devastating the outcome was. It's just like... Do you know what I mean? It'd be like...
Yeah, I feel like he does have
It'd
one
be like
leg.
doing something so... Like... You know, like you flip the pancake, but then you accidentally hit your fucking
Like
face.
my granny, who
and
went to
shattered your 2 eyes.
My granny, who went to stand on an earwig on the back door and slipped and broke her arm. It's a true story.
The earwigs hit different than
Yeah.
Tyrone.
And then broke her arm off the step. So, can happen, you know.
Fucking hell. It's honest, like...
The things that make you laugh.
I've had pretty horrific knee injuries and they're absolute murderous pain. But it's just how pathetic that was. Just makes me...
It's kind of sad, I know.
there was a clip. What do you call that guy? Sean Duras or something? YouTuber. He had a clip of his wife walking along and he was like vlogging and she just like rolls her ankle on a
yeah.
stone and then falls off a cliff.
That's right.
Like she just goes like whoops, and like falls like 20 feet and nearly fucking died just out of nowhere. That's not as funny, but it's so like, I don't know, just such a wee small thing and then devastating results. Oh god.
I mean, imagine just having the video going into A&E, being like, what happened? This.
Check them out. This, like and subscribe. Oh dear god. Oh, so funny. Thoughts on Scooter making a comeback?
Love it.
What's your big... No, wait, we missed the question. What's your biggest fear regarding parenting? Mine used to be that I'd raise a sociopath, and now I'm just afraid she'll turn out like a man, go for a man like this. Loading. Oh, yeah.
What's a man like this?
Accept all. It's the wee fella. What's that woman called?
I can't see what you're doing, so...
This wee kid?
Oh, yeah. They're from Tyrone.
Do you know the ma's name, no?
Caroline.
Is it? This is doing the rounds.
Ties as well.
Yeah, I am kind of worried that he might just turn out like this because he's obsessed with tractors.
Oh, he loves
Anytime
tractors.
he sees a tractor, he's like, "Oh, Jesus, mate!" And then there's this wee fella.
My house I'm building.
All right.
It's going on good. They're putting on the windows today.
Oh.
They're putting the sides, but I need the concrete man this evening. He's coming this evening.
It's amazing, just like
I need
just what kids pick up. Like they
But
just
it-
mirror everything their parents do.
They-
And
Such imagination.
I bet you the dad is the guy that stops in a pickup in a fucking Amarok in the middle of the road, and you're sitting behind him going, "Any fucking
And he's
chance?"
talking to someone.
And they're talking away, and then then they pull off 15 minutes later.
Well, kids just pick up whatever their parents do or how they talk, so he's just
Yeah.
copying.
But it's total
and he-
waffle. Like he's just making it all up.
But that's the amazing thing about like a child's imagination. He's totally like in his head. He's building a house and he's doing all that. So it's lovely. It's actually lovely. But like, yeah, it's the culture thing. Is like he sounds like an old man even though he's like 5 years old.
Yeah.
It's quite scary. You're like going, God, how does he have even that vocabulary? Like?
the keys on my car because I don't have them yet. Because
Yeah,
I buy
great.
my car
I had wee
yesterday.
cousins like that
I
though.
got my license yesterday. Please don't pay out today.
The police will be out today.
I said I'll bring my bike up. I just what else I'm doing.
Right.
Putting up barbed wire as well there. I'm trimming hedges.
Oh.
I'm painting fences. Cutting my sheep. I'm going up to Dublin to look at the digger and see if I can buy it. £20 or so would do.
That's my favourite bit.
50 fine to do.
Going up to everyone's culture says I'm going up to Dublin. Going up to Dublin to buy, what do you say, buy a digger?
Yeah.
About £20 will do him.
But it's quite, I think it's really sweet though.
No, it's very cute indeed.
Because just to have that wee
It's
like
when he goes,
conversation.
it's when he
like,
goes,
to be
it's
able to
when he's
talk
like,
about
I'm a busy man, the man who pisses herself.
it. I'm busy man.
Uh,
But some wee boys are such wee boys though. just totally into that, like totally loves it.
But you never know what will happen. Like,
he's
Begley
probably going to turn into like a lovely wee boy, you know what I mean? Like,
Begley
so.
said did he do a bit of like youth drama or something with them?
Maybe, yeah.
And he said they
possibly.
were like, the two of them were like built for the stage.
Probably. I mean, look
So
at them. But they're not shy, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Like, they're not shy. He can talk about, he could probably like talk to adults, you know, in a nice way. He's not like, he doesn't sound like a boy that's like always like on his iPad or has an American accent now because he just watches cartoons. So
hey, what's up, guys?
I feel like I would rather that than
I'm
my
from Tyrone.
child. But that's what I mean. Like, I'd rather that than a child who has no way of interacting
Yeah.
and only knows a screen and has
Well,
a weird
that
accent.
will be one of the benefits of living in the country. You know, you just fucking strangers asking you questions all the time.
I mean, Eddie doesn't watch any TV.
Are you doing anything they wouldn't happen to know about? Huh? Let me invade your privacy. Oh yeah. Right, we have 2 more questions, then we'll get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. I was living in New Zealand during the initial COVID outbreak. Once the lockdown ended, there was a big rush to get out and do things, go to rugby games, concerts. Do you reckon they will eventually get a grip on COVID and there will be a mad dash to go to events? Or has it been too long and everyone's too deep in the hermit mode? Highly recommend visiting New Zealand if you ever get on that side of the world in the future. Michael Campbell.
My sister,
they
Neve and Frank met in New Zealand. They lived there for like
That's
a year.
true.
They
They
loved
fucking
it.
did go back to normal there for a
Yeah.
second.
Well, they handle it well.
Mm-hmm.
They basically got rid of it, you know. They handle it properly.
When it's a small spot, you know, and
Yeah, you can do it
shut the fucking borders off.
I know.
Am I just sitting here? Yeah, I'd love to go to New Zealand.
I know. If only we lived on a small island, you know.
I know, but there was a fucking mad dash to do everything there, wasn't there?
No, I think, you know, there's be a certain amount of people a bit hermity, but people who say, you know, with underlying things, aka also me, but there's certain things you just can't do, you know, you have to be a bit more safe. But that's just general. We would have to be a bit safe right now, but generally people will want to go out. Like even, you know, when we got to do the General Banter Comedy Club, I say we, I didn't get to go to any of them, but I mean, you couldn't have sold enough tickets to go to, and it was run really well, and people just wanted, people need out, people need social
they
interactions, and if you can be safe, that's the difference. But like, people need to socialise.
Yeah.
You even just need to go out of your house
Because it
to
is just
sit somewhere else.
I mean, America, they were cracking up. Everywhere's main point was like, the economy's going to go to shit, and there's more people fucking killing themselves than there are dying of COVID. So they're like,
Bad. That's the worst part.
yeah,
The hard part is people's businesses and livelihoods that you planned so many things, even you. There's
Yeah.
so much we, you know, could have got to this year that it's just impossible. There's no way we can't. That part of your job doesn't exist right now. It's quite sad. You know, there's a lot of it would have been your income. You know, your actual income doesn't exist now. It's weird. No one expected that. But also the downside of that is,
Patreon.com/General
but like also, you know, the other side of that is the live events were something we liked to do. Like I like doing them. I loved when we, you know, did Larry. Oh, you know, that was part of stuff we did that was like making memories and spending time with friends and planning stuff. And then we can't go to gigs either. We can't go to a music gig or go to a restaurant or meet people for a birthday party.
Our whole social life was nearly built around gigging.
Yeah, and you did stuff together. It was just weird. Or like, yeah, rugby matches, you know, like I remember like Frank's birthday, we went to see, you know, the big Ulster match. It was great. You know, you're making memories. I think that's what's scary. Like, there's not the memory making.
It's just a black hole for 2020.
It's just at home. And
What
there's a certain amount of time
happens?
it's nice, but it's hard. It's hard. I think it'd be hard on children. You're not experiencing anything different.
Yeah.
You can't go to classes. You can't go to, you know, your wee drama groups or play part. You know, all those things. Like, it's weird. So people will be dying to go out because you just need it. People will, you know, as long as there's not a giant threat, but
Yeah.
people will be dying to go out. And I really do think, I hope it'll put
If you're just
live music
young
and
healthy,
stuff.
crack on.
Well,
Nearly.
you say that, but then that's the people going to university that are spreading it more. They're getting together. You need to stop it for a long enough amount of time that people get rid of it.
Yeah.
That it's pretty low lying in society, so that if large groups come together, the actual amount of people who would be positive there are so small,
Yeah.
and there's enough precautions and hand washing that it doesn't get spread around. But you do need social interaction. But I think it will make people. I think people will appreciate if you can go see someone playing live music in a bar. You'd be like, this is bliss. Go and see a comedy act where someone's actually standing in front of you making you laugh in real life.
Yeah.
Holy
Or not, because they
bliss.
haven't done stand-up in 8 months.
Well,
You know
yes.
what I mean? So-
But you know what I mean? It's just like going to watch a sports match where there's people actually playing sports live in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
People will actually hopefully take the arts, which used to be something people thought of like, you know, let's cut the funding for. It should be like, let's give people all of that.
The actual
You need that more than you need
entertainment
anything.
or the sport or the music, you can still enjoy, but without the atmosphere,
Without the
it's
atmosphere,
like
it's
half
so different.
the fucking crack. like.
Yeah. And if you lose that, if you just got the economy back and there's just people going back to your jobs and people had money and you've got your Amazon Prime at home, I think people will realize it's not really about your money or your job or your economy. You need it, but you really need social interaction and something to go that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make you feel good if you just have your job secure, unless you can do anything fun with it.
No, you
Or
need
your nice house, no one can come visit you. It's
You
not
need
that fun, is
freedom.
it? You need freedom. You need, don't know.
You always need freedom.
Yeah.
It's not okay to be okay.
It's not okay to not be okay about being okay.
Final question: what subject would you like to be good at but aren't? What career would you love to do if you had specific skills to do it? Scientist, artist, sports person,
Oh wow.
butcher,
You was a bit butcher.
butcher. You
Boot-
culchy fucking.
Butcher.
I scored the butcher by a digger.
Say wool.
Fuck off.
Say wool.
Wool.
Wool. Wool. Like
Yeah.
W-U-L. Wool.
Yeah, like 2 O's. Wool.
Wool.
Listen,
Wool. Bull. You say like bull and wool.
whatever.
You'd be a butcher.
I could be anything I decide I want to be.
You won't even do your own job.
What?
You don't even put your own merch up on your website. I could be anything I want, guys.
If
except
someone else does it for me.
Yeah. Someone else. Also, you couldn't get up and go to a job every day.
No, I'd
Like
kill
that.
someone. I'd actually kill someone probably.
Yeah. You
I
couldn't
don't
that.
do
You
well.
quit.
I don't do well with instruction, advice,
No.
authority.
Remember today I told you something that was contradictory to whatever you were saying and you just turned into Pastor Colin, as I call it now. It used to be taxi driver and now it's Pastor Colin because you do your big like bark, bark, bark. As if you're like,
What was I talking about?
I don't know, something really stupid obviously. And I just went, no, what about this? And you're like, well,
Sometimes I know, but sometimes you say something that's like just a wee bit of, you know, you throw it out there. It's a little bit of a fantasy type. Wouldn't this be nice if you could do it? And you were like, well, actually, you can't do that because blah blah blah. You went all Arlene on me. That's what you did.
no, I don't. I heard a good quote, Colin. I said this the other day. You shouldn't confuse someone expressing an opinion with an argument. If someone has another opinion, it's not always an argument, you know? It's not always arguing against your point. They're just going, what about this?
Here.
Which
who
is
said
not
that?
you.
Who said that?
I don't know. I heard it something.
Yeah, whatever. You made that up.
Didn't I heard that somewhere? I was like, that makes so much sense because anytime anyone says anything to you that's different to what you just said, you automatically think it's an argument. So there you go.
Oh.
And that's when you put on your taxi driver voice or your Pastor Colin voice. Just shout.
What did I say? What's the pastor Colin?
I don't know, but you started going like that. Yeah, it's just like you sound like some guy with like a megaphone.
What was it saying though? I can't remember.
Exactly.
I love the way you just made up a quote there. I'm like, I forget the author. I forget who
I
said
don't know where
that.
I heard it. I heard it. Someone talked about it on something.
I read a quote. They're like, just because your wife
It's probably one of those stupid
decides to
things on
make up
Instagram.
quotes doesn't mean that they're not right, or whatever.
Well, so you're actually doing it right now, which is funny.
I know, but listen, what else would we
And
be
what would you
talking
be if you get another job? Nothing. Artist. You tried to be an artist, didn't you?
about? What?
Well, you went to art college.
Listen,
you could
once
have been
an
an
artist,
artist.
always an artist.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Comedy is art. Writing comedy is art.
I wanted to be an art
Filmmaking
teacher
is
at one
art.
point. Yeah, everything's art. But would you have done something anything different?
Rubbing your own turds on the side of your cell wall, art. What would I do? I don't know.
Anything totally different if you could learn it?
I'd like to maybe at a younger point really have learned an instrument really well. You know, play guitar.
But
maybe.
then that's still you being an artist at some point.
Oh, you mean like regular?
Yeah,
boring,
like so, no, they said if you could learn
shit?
another skill, like you could learn a totally different thing, like
like a chef type thing.
chef. There you go.
I think I'd be a good chef.
I'd have liked to
Apart from if the work.
learn
all
about
fucking
nutrition. I feel
Really?
I find that really interesting. Yeah.
My sister was gonna be a nutritionist, you know, and she only eats like fucking, you know, she'd be like, oh my god, it's Aunt Bessie's fucking Yorkshire puddings, godsend. She eats 4 things. We've talked for so long. Is that like an hour and a half?
Oh God,
Jesus, we're gonna get so many
Most of that's about
unsubscribers.
nuts as well.
It's your fault. You know how much they already fucking hate you in
I
this
know,
podcast.
Sorry.
What else would I do? Just PT. You know, some job that you're in shape because you do that job. Professional sports person.
Professional person.
Professional person.
Wow.
That'd be good.
Hairdresser. I think you could have been a hairdresser.
Oh yeah, no sweat. I could be a hairdresser in a week.
Now you've all got your kit and all. It's just one ball shaver, but you know.
Call down. I'll put a sweet fade up the side of your ballocks.
One all over.
Your ballocks to look like they're in fucking Peaky Blinders. Up a side. Fucked it.
What subjects were you good at? Were you good at maths in school?
No, well, up to a certain point.
What? Is it 5 times 2 plus?
I feel like my mental arithmetic is quite good, but see when they start getting all fucking formulas and weird, I'm like, nish.
I know, that's the same. I was like,
know,
why?
I'd be a good like.
I was too much like,
dealer.
why though? Why though?
Yeah.
Why?
Maths, I was alright at. What else was I good at? What other subjects are there?
Technology. You did put the handles on a door one day, so technology is working for you.
Yeah, I wasn't bad at technology. They started to introduce things like pneumatics, and I was like, fuck off. Well, it wasn't bad at. It wasn't bad at design ideas, you know, like that sort of thing. That sort of.
You were basically always going to be a designer artist, really, weren't you?
Pretty much.
There's literally no other path for you, apart from Trump. You really, well, you know.
Halloween Trump.
Trump artist. That's what you are.
Yeah. What have you come as today? My mother said I'm a tramp. Great. Did she just make you roll around the garden in your uniform? Yes. And put talc in my hair? Yes. That'll get you. That is a fucking costume. Just put talc in your hair. What have you come as? Me in the future.
How does that work now with a bald head?
It's horrible. I end up, if I sweat, I make dough. It's disgusting. We should have stopped this 20 minutes ago.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Let's get out of here. Thanks for being my guest today, Maureen.
Thank you, Colin.
It was a shit show. We'll re-record on Thursday.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, shout out to the sponsors.
You weren't recording any of that, were you? I hope not.
On this, no.
Good.
That orange wire goes right into the bin.
Good.
Shout out to our sponsors, flowcbdltd.com, and you buy that in the link below. And what else? Manscape.com. Get the man in your. Do you know what? It works on a blurt as well. I don't give a fuck. Flapscape.
It just works anywhere.
If it's hair, it's shaving it. Bad for your dog. You want to shave your boxers' bollocks? Get on board. Yeah, it's manscape.com. Get the man in your life. It's a bit of a subtle hint, you know. You're like, oh, that'd be nice if you shave your DMBs right down. And if you use Gen Bant 1, you get 20% off. Add 20% onto that dong. That's it.
That's it.
Let's get out of here.
Look out for some merch eventually.
Merch will be up.
It's very nice too.
It's lovely. I just gotta get this printer working and get it online. That's all I have to do. Also, the laptop doesn't work. We'll have to buy a new one, or else use this one.
These are all conversations that could be had off.
I know. What are your thoughts on dinner?
I like it.
Yeah, let's get some. Cheers for listening, guys. We might see you next week with a new podcast, or I may or may not have finished this podcast.
You may or may not have had a new wife by then.
Yeah.
You mean a 20-year-old?
20-year-old deaf hottie. Shout out Danny Bourdain and the new artwork in the background. Right, see you next week. Bye.
Bye.